Renewable power is booming as innovation brings down costs and starts to deliver on the promise of a clean energy future. But not all sources of energy marketed as renewable are beneficial to the environment. Biomass and large hydroelectric dams create difficult trade-offs when considering the impact on wildlife, climate change, and other issues. In today's video, we're going to talk about the future of energy. Can renewable sources power everything? But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Renewable energy capacity is set to expand 50% between 2019 and 2024, led by solar energy. This is according to the International Energy Agency's IEA Renewable 2020 report, which found that solar, wind, and hydropower projects are rolling out at their fastest rate in 4 years, making for the argument that the future lies in using renewable energy. The future of renewable energy, growth projections. Renewable energy resources make up 26% of the world's electricity today, but according to the IEA, its share is expected to reach 30% by 2024. The resurgence follows a global slowdown in 2019 due to falling technology costs and rising environmental concerns. Renewable energy in the future is predicted that by 2024, solar capacity in the world will grow by 600 gigawatts, almost double the installed total electricity capacity of Japan. Overall, renewable electricity is predicted to grow by 200 GLE by 2024, the equivalent of the total electricity capacity of the US. The IEA is an autonomous intergovernmental organization that was initially created after the wake of the 1973 oil crisis. It now acts as an energy policy advisor to 29 member countries and the European Commission to shape energy policies for a secure and sustainable future. 1. Solar will become 35% cheaper by 2024. When the sun shines onto a solar panel, energy from the sunlight is absorbed by the PV cells in the panel. This energy creates electrical charges that move in response to an internal electrical field in the cell, causing electricity to flow. Industry experts predict that the US will double its solar installations to 4 million by 2023. In 2018, the UK had over 1 million solar panel installations, up by 2% from the previous year, and Australia reached 2 million solar installations in the same year. A big reason for this increased uptake is the fall in prices for installing the panels. The cost of solar PV-based power declined by 13% in 2018, while Carbon Tracker predicts that 72% of coal-based power will become globally unprofitable by 2040. The IEA report found that solar energy will account for 60% of the predicted renewable growth, primarily due to its accessibility. Compared with the previous 6-year period, expansion of solar energy has more than doubled. The cost of solar power is expected to decline by 15% to 35% by 2024, spurring further growth over the second half of the decade. Future capacity of solar energy. Wind and hydropower often require users to live in specific locations, but solar offers more freedom. The sun rises and sets on a predictable schedule, and it's not as variable as running water or wind. Residential solar power is expected to expand from 58 GL in 2018 to 142 GL by 2024, and annual capacity additions are expected to more than triple to over 20 GL by 2024. China is expected to register the largest installed residential solar capacity in the world by 2024, with the strongest per capita growth in Australia, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Austria. Solar facilities will continue reducing their variability rates by storing electricity during the day and running at night. However, advanced solar plants will operate on higher DC to AC ratios, meaning they'll deliver more consistent service for longer durations. Commercial and residential buildings will keep running at full capacity even in periods of low sunlight. Closing the gaps between sunlight collection and electricity generation will spur residents and corporations to join the solar movement. Therefore, it's imperative for governments to implement incentive and remuneration schemes, as well as effective regulation policies. For example, California has mandated that after 2020, solar panels must be installed on new homes and buildings of up to 3 stories. 2. Onshore wind energy capacity will increase 57% by 2024 to generate electricity using wind. Wind turns the propeller-like blades of a turbine around a rotor, which spins a generator, which creates electricity. The adoption of wind power is becoming more prominent due to increased capacity. Onshore wind capacity is expected to expand by 57% to 850 GLE by 2024. Annual onshore wind additions will be led by the US and China, owing to a development rush and a policy transition to competitive auctions respectively. Expansion will accelerate in the EU as competitive auctions continue to keep costs relatively low. These auctions will mean that growth in Latin America, the MENA region, Eurasia, and Sub-Saharan Africa will remain stable over the forecast period. Offshore wind capacity is forecast to increase almost threefold to 65 GLE by 2024, representing almost 10% of total world wind generation. While the EU accounts for half of global offshore wind capacity expansion over the forecast period, on a country basis, China leads deployment, with 12.5 GW in development. The first large U.S. capacity additions are also expected during the forecast period. Japan expands wind energy. Japan is experimenting with the idea of installing offshore turbines to replace many of their nuclear reactors, a result of the country's 2011 nuclear disaster in Fukushima. The company Marubeni recently signed a project agreement to build offshore farms in northern Japan, with each farm able to produce 140 MW of power. Japanese lawmakers have created regulations to give developers more certainty in constructing sources of wind-based electricity. Legislation outlining competitive bidding processes has been passed to ensure that building costs are reduced and developers consider potential capacity issues. The country's port and harbor law has also been revised to spur wind turbine construction in port-associated areas and other locations favorable to wind turbines. Grid integration, financing, and social acceptance remain the key challenges to faster wind expansion globally. 3. Hydroelectric capacity will rise 9% by 2024. Hydropower plants capture the energy of falling water to generate electricity. A turbine converts the kinetic energy of falling water into mechanical energy. Then a generator converts the mechanical energy from the turbine into electrical energy. According to the IEA, hydropower will remain the world's primary source of renewable power in 2024. Capacity is set to increase 9%, 121 GW, over the forecast period led by China, India, and Brazil. 25% of global growth is expected to come from just 3 megaprojects. 2 in China, the 16 GLE Wudong and 10 GLE Bayhetan projects, and 1 in Ethiopia, the 6.2 GLE Grand Renaissance project. However, there has been a slowdown in the 2 largest markets, China and Brazil. Growth is challenged by rising investment costs due to limited remaining economical sites and extra expenditures in addressing social and environmental impacts. Nevertheless, annual additions are expected to expand in Sub-Saharan Africa and in the ASEAN region as untapped potential is used to meet rising power demand. 4. Geothermal capacity will increase 28% by 2024. To generate geothermal energy, hot water is pumped from deep underground through a well under high pressure. When the water reaches the surface, the pressure drops, which causes the water to turn into steam. The steam spins a turbine, which is connected to a generator that produces electricity. The steam cools off in a cooling tower and condenses back to water. The cooled water is pumped back into the earth to begin the process again. The U.S. market for geothermal heat pumps will exceed $2 billion by 2024 as demand for efficient heating solutions increases. Transformed building codes will encourage a move to renewable heating and electricity systems in commercial and residential real estate. Geothermal capacity is anticipated to grow 28%, reaching 18 GLE by 2024, with Asia responsible for 1/3 of global expansion, particularly Indonesia and the Philippines, followed by Kenya, whose geothermal capacity is set to overtake Iceland's during the forecast period. The same research from Global Market Insights predicts the commercial market will experience the most considerable uptick. According to the Department of Energy, geothermal solutions will generate 8.5% of all electricity in the U.S. by 2050. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give a thumbs up if you liked it. Your support helps me create more content. Leave a comment with your thoughts and suggestions. Thanks again. See you in the next video.